guys, I'm Chef Sarah Glover and I'm doing a special series with you on grilling meat. Today I have an incredible cut of tri-tip. This is actually from Tasmania. It is an incredible cut of meat, fully grass-fed, no hormones added. It's got beautiful marbling in it, as you can see. And I have just pulled a few herbs and spices here together. So I've got a little bit of ground down dehydrated onion, smoked paprika, and a little bit of some chili as well in there, and some sea salt. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub my tri-tip in here. And what I'm going to actually show you is a little bit about smoking your meat and then reverse searing it. So what I'm wanting to do is smoke this tri-tip for a good hour, and I want to get all this incredible smoky flavor into this cut of meat before finishing it on a reverse sear. So I have behind me what they call an Horno, as he's quite smoky right now. So I've been heating the Horno up for about an hour. No, actually I lie, probably like 3 hours now. And I've let it burn completely down to where it's just got coals and a little bit of wood in there. And I'm gonna pop this guy in the Horno now that I've like put all this beautiful rub on there. And you could do this rub and actually just leave it for you know, a few hours to really marinate in your meat, your cut of meat, but we don't have time here today, so we're just gonna throw it in like this. So I've got my Horno, I've got like a little grill plate in here where I'm just gonna throw it straight in over the top of it, and I'm gonna close this guy up. And what I'm wanting to do is, like I said, is just give that meat just this full saturation of smoke. So we're gonna close it up, we're gonna give it an hour. We're gonna come back and see what's happening. Okay guys, moment of truth. Let's check out that tri-tip. It's looking pretty fantastic, and I did put a meat probe in. It's sitting at around 125, 130. Holy heck. I was gonna reverse sear it, but this thing is looking so good. Look at that. It's got some beautiful color on it. It's been smoking for probably an hour and a half now, and it's looking fantastic. A little bit of crusty bit on the bottom from the fire, but what we're going to do is we're going to throw this over onto the asado grill plate here. And I just want to reverse sear that other side of the tri-tip. This has gotten a little bit too much color for my liking, so I'm not going to bother reverse searing that side. I'm just going to do the other side on it. I'm just going to add a little bit of butter, because why not? Now, you only really want to reverse sear it for probably 4 minutes or so. You're really just wanting to caramelize the outside of that meat you've just smoked. And then we're gonna raise it up. We're gonna raise it up. And we're gonna let it rest. This guy's gonna need a good 10 to 15 minutes resting time. Because it's been smoking inside that grill, you really want to make sure you give it extra resting time. Don't be afraid to give your meat, 15 minutes to 20 minutes resting time, particularly on cuts like this, and particularly if they've been smoked in like your Traeger or in an Horno like this or a pizza oven. So we're just going to let that thing hang out, and I'm just going to, do a little bit of cleaning and get ready to eat some more meat. Moment of truth, guys. How'd my tri-tip turn out? Let's have a look. Oof. That looks pretty bangin', not gonna lie. The real question is, how does she carve? So you always wanna make sure you cut against the grain. Otherwise you're gonna make your meat really tough, and you haven't just spent the last 4 hours to screw it at the finish line. So we're gonna go against the grain, cutting it down. Juicy. Just love the sound of like that crunchy meat. It's so juicy. That's the good thing about smoking, is it really does keep your meat nice and juicy. It won't dry it out because you're doing it like low and slow, and that smoke basically creates like a little case around your meat. and all those beautiful juices and flavor stay in there. I am a really big fan of tri-tip. And this has got some beautiful marbling in it as well. I also really love cooking this the next day. If you let your meat sit overnight in the fridge, slice it up and then sear it in your pan with some eggs, it's pretty bloody delicious. I have that recipe in my cookbook, my new one. All right, let's try this thing. Get a nice juicy cut from the middle. Smoky, sweet, completely different to some of the other cuts of meat that we've cooked on this series, but in my opinion, a really great crowd pleaser. Great thing to be cooking for a big group of friends. Try some different rubs on the outside. Another one could be like a coffee salt rub. Super fantastic. Make sure you leave me some comments below. Ask me some questions. Maybe give me some thoughts and feelings of what you might like to see me cooking next time for you guys. Maybe even locations you want me to go. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and give me a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Happy barbecuing!